Pythagoras' theorem states, in any right-angled triangle, the area of the square whose side is built on the hypotenuse A is equal to the sum of the areas of the squares whose sides are built on the two legs B and C. A equals B and C. Now let's take two identical squares, square 1 and square 2. Let's design in square 1 4 identical triangles. We get a tilted square, and looking at it carefully we can see it is made up of a square built on the 4 hypotenuses of our right-angled triangles. We call this square A. Now let's look at square 2 and design the same 4 triangles, positioned, however, in a different way. We can see that 2 squares are formed. The smallest square is built on the smallest leg of our right-angled triangle, and we will call it B. The other, bigger square is the square built on the largest leg of our right-angled triangle, and we will call it C. Let's go back to our 2 identical squares, 1 and 2. If from square 1 we take the areas of the 4 right-angled triangles away, we are left with surface A, the square built on the hypotenuse. If from square 2 we take away the area of the 4 right-angled triangles, we are left with the surfaces of squares B and C, both built on the respective legs. Therefore, A equals B and C. Linked to Pythagoras' theorem is the astounding discovery of irrational numbers. Pythagoras was born in Samoa around 570 BC. At a certain point, he moved to Crotone, where he founded the Pythagoras Academy. In his school, the philosopher taught mainly 2 things: his fabulous theorem and a sort of numerical religion in which the number 1 was considered the archetypal number. All natural numbers originate from the sum of numbers 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2, plus 1 equals 3, plus 1 equals 4, etc. The number 1 is thus adored by Pythagoreans as the number of truth. One fine day, a young student, Hippasus from Metapont, takes an unusual initiative and applies the Pythagoras theorem to a right-angled triangle with 2 equal legs, and this measures 1. Hippasus looks for the value of the hypotenuse. X is equal to the square root of 1 squared plus 1 squared. 1 by 1 is 1, plus 1 by 1 is 1, equals the square root of 2. When we have to calculate the square root, we have to find the number which multiplied by itself produces our number. For example, the square root of 4 is 2, because 2 by 2 is 4. The square root of 9 is 3, because 3 by 3 is 9. So the square root of 2 is equal to 1.4142135623730950488801, and so on. The sequence of numbers after the decimal point continues to infinity and does not follow any order. It is a number with a chaotic evolution, and Hippasus had discovered history's first irrational number. The problem was the fact that he had found this chaos applying Pythagoras' theorem and the mystical adoration of the number 1. This news wounded Pythagoras badly. He fell into a depression. Everybody began to hate Hippasus, who had to run away, but was soon captured and killed. The shock of this new discovery was so bad that even Pythagoras' school was destroyed. The moral of this ancient 2,500-year-old story is that if you think you have found the truth, and by chance you meet a guy who proves you are wrong, you can avoid killing him and destroying the house. It is enough to change your mind. All of this reminds us of the fundamental rule of science, for which a theory is true until somebody proves otherwise. Good night.